Hello everybody, welcome to the I Am IT YouTube channel. My name is Shabazz Dan, as ever, I am the IT Geek. Welcome back to another AZ 140 exam topic series. We're now starting topic, I want to say topic 8 today. And we've obviously been working through all the topics. We finished topic 7 last episode where we kind of looked at image builder and kind of creating those Windows images. There was no demo, however, we are going to have a little demo walking through that login process today. So yeah, today's the start of topic 8. So without further ado, let's get started with this episode. So those are my socials as normal. Don't worry if you can't make a note of them, they are in the description as well. So a little introduction, if you've forgotten who I am. So my name is Shabazz Dart, as I always say at the beginning. I am the IT Geek. However, I'm also a Microsoft MVP, and I'm a dual awardee, so I've got an award in the Enterprise Mobility category and the Azure category. My sort of main areas of focus are sort of Azure IaaS area, which is kind of where the AVD stuff kind of came from, but also IAM, so Identity and Access Management, specifically Microsoft Entra, and general Microsoft sort of security, so Purview and Defender and all that good stuff. I've been working with AVD since its inception, and obviously this exam I actually took when it was in beta, way back when. I've actually written a book on this topic as well, so you can get that in the description. Again, it'll help with your exam prep if you feel like purchasing that. And this is the Azure Virtual Desktop Configuring and Operating Microsoft Azure Virtual Desktop Exam series, as we mentioned. So, episode breakdown, topic 8, part 1. So we're going to talk about managing access for AVD today, so a bit more identity focused. So we're talking about RBAC for AVD. Well, so RBAC is role-based access control. And we'll talk about planning and implementing Azure roles and RBAC for AVD. And then we're going to go into the demo of a logging in process and looking at a user profile, making sure that's working. So let's talk about RBAC for AVD now. So Azure Virtual Desktop uses Azure role-based access control RBAC to assign the roles to users and admins. And these sort of roles give admins permissions to carry out certain tasks related to AVD. You've got your standard owner, contributor, reader roles. However, AVD has an additional sort of level of roles, and they sort of separate those management tasks within your host pools, your app groups, your workspaces, and so on. And these roles are named in the sort of compliance with Azure's standard roles and leaf privilege methodology. AVD doesn't have a specific owner role, however, you can use that standard owner role for the service objects if you want. So if we have a look, you've got on the left hand side of this image, you've got your image slide, should I say? You've got your desktop virtualization sort of contributor, and this is sort of probably your top level role when it comes to AVD. Specifically, and this lets you manage all aspects of the deployment. Then you've got the virtualization reader, so again, it lets you read everything within the deployment. Host pool contributor is specific to host pools, obviously, and lets you manage all aspects of your host pool, including the access to resources. You've then got the reader, host pool reader, again, it lets you read all the sort of aspects of the host pool, but you can't make any changes, obviously. Then you've got application group contributor. Again, lets you manage all aspects of app groups. As you go through those, it's the same sort of same all the way through. So you've got your application group reader, workspace contributor, workspace reader, user session operator, which is a bit different, as in this lets you send messages to the disconnect sessions and use sort of log off function. Then you've got session host operator, which lets you sort of view and remove session hosts, as well as change that sort of drain mode option as well. So lots of different roles. Makes it very easy for organizations to granularly control access to the administrative tasks. Let's talk about planning and implementing Azure roles and RBAC for AVD now. So Azure Virtual Desktop has a sort of delegated access model. Unless you define the amount of access your particular user is allowed to have by signing them on the role. And you can see there we've got lots of your standard role-based access control features there, like your security principle, your role definition, and your scope. A role assignment has sort of these sort of three components. But then you've got Azure Virtual Desktop Delegated Access Model. This is based on the Azure Role-Based Access Control, so the RBAC model. AVD Delegated Access supports sort of the security principle, the role definition, the scope, so your users, user groups, and user principles. your built-in roles, your custom roles, and from a scope perspective, host groups, app groups, and work group scope. And we can see sort of the commandlets there that you can use. So the new -az role assignment, and then so to add a maximum one user to an app group, you can do that commandlet. But then to add a maximum one user group to an app group, you can run again the new AZ role assignment commandlet. So it's now time for the demo. So as I said, we're going to go through the login process. So we're not going to go back into. We are going to have a look in the portal. Regarding the to look at the storage account to make sure our user profile is there. But what I'll do is I'll show the login process now using the remote desktop app, and then we can show you that login process. Welcome back. So as you can see, I've got the Microsoft Remote Desktop app installed here. That's another workspace which I kind of use for personal stuff. It's kind of my Am IT Geek workspace. I kind of use that for my host pool where I used to video edit. But I want to add another workspace, so I'm going to go to the top here and go add workspace, and I'm just going to copy and paste in the actual URL. So that's the global URL for most Azure workspace AVD workspaces. But then I'm going to put in my credentials. So this is my user. IamITGeekDemo.com, and then I'm going to put in my password. Now, for the purposes of the demo and showing this, I've not put MFA multi-factor authentication on, so please don't shout at me in the comments. So if you remember, we actually did we added an app, a notepad app, and we also added the desktop app. For the purposes of the demo, I'm just going to go through the desktop because I want to show the login process, but I also want to go into the Azure portal in a second and show you that the user profile has actually worked. So okay, I've not got SSO configured or anything like that yet, so it's going to prompt me for the password again. And then this will log us on. So we're logging on here. You can see it's preparing for Windows, goes through the FS Logics piece. And then, so we're logged in here into our AVD tenant now. So here now I can start to work. I can start to configure my settings, or if I've got certain settings I want in my Outlook, etc. Every time I log on, that will save. So if I just quickly log off here, where's the mouse? There it is. Just want to log off here. So we've signed out now, and then what I'll do now is go into the Azure portal and show you where my user profile is in my Azure file share. So this is our Am IT Geek demo SA01. If you remember, this is the storage account that we used, and we configured that identity-based access, which is configured, so it's joined to the domain. And here's my file share that I created is A1 for user profiles. Now if I go into here, I can actually I can browse. Normally you should be able to browse, and you should be able to see essentially the there we go, browse. So here we are. There you can see my user profile there. So if I click on there, and there you can see that VHD is connected. So that proves it, because that's the first time we've obviously logged in. That shows that the VHD has been created and that my FS Logic user profile is actually working. So I just wanted to show that whole process of logging in, and also the fact that the profile is working, and the configurations that we don't have worked. So hopefully you're having the same experience when you're going through your lab. You can see your user profile there, you can see your VHD file there as well. So that said, that was the start of topic 8. We've got the second part to it coming up. So again, thank you everyone for your ongoing support. This is kind of NerdioCon is coming up, so hopefully the videos are going to keep on coming, but also in between these videos I'm going to have quite a bit of NerdioCon image and footage, so keep an eye out for those. You might want to follow me on my TikTok, which is in the description below as well, because I'm going to be sharing a lot of content around NerdioCon on there. Loads of those useful links: GitHub Lab repository, a link to my book on the Azure 140 exam, also a link to MeasureUp's practice exam discount. So I really recommend purchasing that. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.